What's up, America? It's your girl bringing you some news you can use. We are live at the number one internet radio station, IntellectualRadio.com, which is an iHeart radio station. And today we have a great show for you. My goal here in this intellectual dialogue hour is to inform, educate, entertain, and hopefully inspire. Today we're going to talk about what happened yesterday at Mercy Hospital. That's some news we really need to address. So we're going to address that for a little bit. We're going to also talk about pet peeves. People have pet peeves. What are some of I have a lot of them. So what are some of your pet peeves? And then we're going to talk about daily habits that you can do that will change your life. Daily habits that we can do together, all of us, that will change our life. And then last but not least, how to make money without a job. I'm sure everybody want to know how to do that since the holiday season is approaching. So don't go anywhere. Please share the broadcast. Today's show is sponsored by Krispy Kremes, and we have Krispy Kremes right here in the studio. Compliments of Krispy Kreme. They have 3 locations. They have Krispy Kreme located on Manheim Road, 110 South Manheim. They have one in Homewood, 17815 South Halsted Street, and then the final one, they have one at 9150 South Western Avenue in Evergreen Park, and then the one at 110 South Manheim in Hillside. Krispy Kreme's mission is to make the most awesome donuts on the planet every single day. You should go in and check out how they make the donuts and how they put that amazing glaze across the top. That you can visit their website at krispykreme.com. You can give them a call at 708-401-5292. They will make a great stocking stuffer. Get a gift card and give it to someone who loves Dunkin' Donuts. I messed up. Who loves Krispy Kreme donuts? Ha! Charge it to my head and not to my heart. So we have a great show. Please share the broadcast. We're going to be sharing information in this intellectual dialogue hour. We're going to be giving introspection and most of all, providing some inspiration. I have a special guest in the studio. We're going to come back and I'm going to let you meet her. And she's going to be kicking it with me today. Burl is at work. And of course, Deborah will be back on Thursdays. And are you fixing Thanksgiving dinner this week? Are you cooking Thanksgiving? Call me and tell me what's your favorite Thanksgiving meal. And if you're cooking Thanksgiving dinner at your house, and if you have do's and don'ts that should or should not take place at your house on Thanksgiving Day, which is 2 days from today, call the studio. I would love to hear from you. 708-223-8953, 723-8953. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a moment. IntellectualRadio.com, an iHeart radio station. You can catch us locally, nationally, internationally. You can go to IntellectualRadio.com. You can catch the show on YouTube and on Instagram today. Back in a moment.
Hi, my name is Tina Olivia Pay. Listen to Making Waves with Miss Darci on IR and iHeart radio station, Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. We love you, Miss Darci.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and I enjoy listening to IntellectualRadio.com and Making Waves with Miss Darci.
American Express for travel and entertainment worldwide.
Just show them this, the American Express card.
Don't leave home without it.
But someday, I may even use it on the moon. It's a marvelous thing.
Oh, so you can replace plane tickets, traveler's checks, a lost card.
Really? That worked?
American Express's timeless safety and security are available on Apple Pay. The next evolution of membership is here.
Welcome back to Making Waves, Miss Darci. I broadcast live right here, you guys, on IntellectualRadio.com, which is an iHeart radio station, and we're here to give you some nuggets and some knowledge. Hopefully it'll inspire, uplift, and encourage you, and it will encourage me as well. If you have a comment or there's a subject you would like to talk about, please let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or via email or phone, 708-304-3422. I have my BFF, one of my BFFs sitting to the right of me, and she is embracing our platform today. And I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about who she is and what she does.
Good afternoon. My name is Sherry Edwards, and I am a fourth grade teacher's assistant at a charter school in the city. But most of all, I am a community activist and I engage in mentoring young women. So, with that being said, my BFF over here to my left, I don't know. She's been really mentoring me and making me step out of my shell. I thought I was good, but she's showing me how great I really am.
Hey, hey, hey. So, why the mentoring program for young girls?
The mentoring program really started out for mothers with children. I targeted single mothers with children because I figured in the community that I was in, that was the majority. So in order to give back to your community, you have to tap into the problem and try to create a solution. From there, I realized that a lot of times as young mothers, we don't always have the equipment we need to help our children be all that they can be. We only know what we have experienced. And at that point, sometimes we shut people out once we have a child because then we become, I'm grown. You can't tell me what to do. I got a baby and it makes me grown. But then it's somewhere down the road when the bumps start coming and, the dark places start creeping in, then we realize, maybe we should have listened, and I let them know it's never too late. Targeting their children, the young women, is to give them an example of what it could be if you could break the cycle. Break the cycle of, my mama did this, my grandmama did that. And just kind of like show them, you know what, you could be a kid and you could be a great kid, even though you have sometimes adult responsibilities because of life's issues. You can still be a kid, just teaching them how to love on themselves.
And that's good. And I've seen her in action, you guys. She's doing amazing work. So if you need services from her or know someone who does, we're going to get her information at the end of the show. So thank you again, Sherry, for embracing my platform. I'm so glad that she's here with me today. You guys just don't know. I'm so glad she's making my day. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. And so I have my little poem here. I'm going to spell out birthday. So if today is your birthday, be yourself. For B, I, invite new challenges. R, recall past triumphs. T, trust your instincts. H, have faith in your abilities. D, desire only the best. A, affirm your strengths. And Y, you've got what it takes. So that's spell out birthday. Happy birthdays from Making Waves with Miss Darci and crew. Hope you get everything you want, and I hope you have a beautiful birthday today. My deep thought for today is, while money can't buy happiness, it certainly lets you choose your own form of misery. Again, my deep thought for today is, while money can't buy happiness, it certainly lets you choose your own form of misery. So I want you to remember the deep thought for today, because on the 27th of November, which is a week from today, if you can remember the deep thought for today, you have a chance to win $50 compliments of my sponsor, American Express. Again, the deep thought for today, if you can repeat it word from word, while money can't buy happiness, it certainly lets you choose your own form of misery. You have a chance to win $50 a week from today. And I'm sure you can use it, because I'm sure everybody will be out on Black Friday spending that money, and you're going to need some other kind of money the following week. So remember that phrase for next Tuesday. Now, I want to shift to something, Sherry, and then you can kind of help me out and just step in. It was horrific to watch Mercy Hospital shooting. We never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen, or how it's going to happen. And it's not what happens to a certain extent, it's how we react to it. We always say, I hear people say, if that had been me, I would have did this. If it had been me, I would have did this. We really don't know what we would have done in that situation. These people were there trying to save lives. We heard from a doctor yesterday. He said he had to get a lady out in a wheelchair, another guy out, and he was traumatized himself. But his goal was to get people out who couldn't get themselves out. There was a young lady who I watched her father this morning speak. It was his only child. She was engaged to be married next year. She suffered from migraines like myself, so I'm gonna definitely check out her blog and see if her information can help me or in my journey with dealing with migraines. But he said that he want people to remember her. Did you catch that, Sherry? He didn't
Yes,
want
I
you to
did.
remember her as a tragedy. What did he say?
Well, I didn't get all of the information because, like I said, I just caught bits and pieces of it. But what I did see is a very compassionate father who was not just dwelling on the fact, which he could have very well done so with emotions all over the place. He wasn't dwelling on the fact that she was gone, but that she left a legacy, that even before this horrendous thing happened, that she had already tapped into who she was and what she wanted to do to leave an impact on the world.
Yeah, and she was going home. I think either today or tomorrow for the holidays. So I'm sure their holidays will never be the same. And then we have Officer Samuel Jimenez. I hope I'm saying it right. He was a father. He was a doctor. I think he was a pharmacist. And I'm sure he's leaving behind people who are going to miss him. And he was one of the three people that was shot. And this was his second year as a Chicago police officer. You just never know. It's really sad. And as we get more and more information, this young man, Juan, the person that the gunman was identified as Juan Lopez. Lopez. He was 32 years old. The engagement, he was engaged to a young lady, and she called the engagement off in September. What is allegedly that he wanted his ring back, even though they had, separated and went their own way. They were in the parking lot arguing. People saw them and they took pictures of them arguing in the parking lot. But then he proceeded to come into the hospital and kill her. And they say when he realized that she wasn't dead, he shot her multiple times. Now, to me, this is just rage. This could be mental illness. I'm not sure. Why did this young man have a gun? It was said that he worked for the Chicago Housing Authority and he took life. And so I'm not sure if the police killed him or he killed himself. I'm not really sure. But just to watch what was happening and people coming out the hospital where you go for a treatment and they got to come out with their hands up. And I'm watching people walk out in despair, shocked, scared. It's like we not safe in the schools, we not safe in the synagogues, we not safe in church, we not safe in the hospitals, we not safe in the movie theaters. I mean, is this creating an urgency where we should just stay in the house and don't go anywhere,
We're in a
Sherry?
state of an emergency. And just listening to you describe those factors, I was sharing with you on yesterday. I went to a workshop on mental illness, and this workshop is so real, that even in the school system, the young children, they have anger issues. And, in my mindset, I'm like, what could you possibly be so angry about that you can't, release that anger and move on? Well, mental illness is a disease. It is real. And there are people who tend to not get the proper help they need, whether it be medication, whether it be counseling. And when you tap into mental illness, that's a whole nother issue, but no one's life should be taken at any cost, no matter how, you want to look at whether he was mentally ill, whether he was angry, no one's life should be taken. But those are things that do
That
happen
do
in many
happen.
states.
Wow. And then, the scary part is some people were giving testimonies and they were saying it happened right before them and they were taking them out and they were there for treatment or, it's a hospital. All this senseless killing needs to stop. Allegedly, it's reported that there are more than 2,600 people that have been victims of gun violence this year alone, and the year is not over. We really need to take a hard look at what is happening in our homes, in our communities. Fear of violence are an unending cycle that must be broken. It's past time, and we as a community, as a nation, as a state, must act. My prayers go out for Officer Jimenez and
Yes.
his family. Right before Thanksgiving, it's going to be traumatic. For the young lady who lost her life, for the pharmaceutical lady that lost her life. I mean, for all the three deaths that happened yesterday afternoon, our hearts and prayers go out to them.
Yes.
And please respect their privacy while they mourn, the death. Everybody handles death differently. And we just need to be mindful of our surroundings. They keep taking away things from us, saying we don't need it as far as mental health. You said, Sherry, somebody is getting hold of these guns. These guns are being made available. And we don't know if it was mental illness. It could be just upset that the wedding was called off. But regardless, if somebody doesn't want to be with you, you need to move on. It's too many people out here. I mean, I wouldn't want to be with anybody that doesn't want to be with me.
Darcy, when you're a person that when you're compassionate about others, you want to believe that this would not happen. But I think in the heated incidents where people are feeling neglected, less than, not wanted, um, you just don't know how your emotions are going to take you. And that's why I do what I do, to make women aware of the fact that you are the only one that can please you to the point that you can love on you so much that you will eliminate a light that others will, be attracted to.
Yeah.
But in them being attracted to that light, let it not be a thing where someone is obsessing you, possessing you, because that
Stalking
is
you.
not, yeah, stalking you. Because I don't know if you've ever had, but I've had an incident with someone stalking me.
I've had
And
women
that's a
stalkers
very-
and men
That's a very
stalkers.
uncomfortable position
It
to
is.
be in,
It is. It
because
is.
you feel unsafe, and then it taps into your insecurity.
Yeah, because you're like, wait a minute, now did I do something?
Yeah.
Or why is they
What did
acting
I
like
do to
this?
attract this?
Right. So just be careful. And sometimes people, misery love company. So they feel like they don't have enough. They need to bring more people into that state of mind. But love yourself and take care of yourself. Self-care is so important. I love me. I love spending time with me. And it took me a while to understand that and learn that. People think that they need a woman or a man or an animal or, this large entourage to be happy. Happiness starts right here. Happiness starts with me. Happiness starts with you. And so for someone else to come into your life, that's a blessing. But happiness
That's an
has
add-on.
right, but it has to start with you first. Because if you don't know how to make your own self happy, how are you going to know how to let somebody else know what to do to make
Every
you
time
happy?
somebody walks out or decides to do them,
Yeah.
you're going to be in a state of repeating, trying to make yourself happy again.
Yeah.
And happiness cannot be bestowed on you by someone showering you with gifts, someone, giving you affirmations about how beautiful you are.
Yeah.
It goes back to that workshop that we did on this Saturday. I had one title, and then the a facilitator, well, I was the facilitator, but the director, she tweaked it.
Yeah.
And it came out, my mirror tells lies.
Right. So it was true. We were speaking in a classroom from grades ages what?
It was 12 to 17.
12 to 17 at Roosevelt Middle School this past Saturday in Bellwood. And the name of the program, the mentoring program, is True Beauty Eagle. Yeah, True Beauty Eagle. And it was by Valerie Humphrey. And she has Aurora and Bellwood and several other states. And so we were asked to speak at the conference as mentors. And so we sent in our bio, and then she changed the bio to what she interpreted to and how we spoke. And so what was the name of yours, Sherry?
Mine was My Mirror Tells Lies. So when you think of My Mirror Tells Lies, the first thing you think of your physical attributes. You look at yourself in the mirror, you be like, oh, I know I see my hair a little off today, but you know what? I'm fly girl. But no, I flipped that thing around, and I had those young ladies to not just look at themselves. The first part of it was look at yourself in the mirror and tell me, what you think of yourself. But then we had some, young people are raw, and they just was putting it out there, to hear someone say, well, I'm ugly. You actually use the word ugly, it's
and
like,
to say it,
and
to
say
speak it,
and look with confidence, like, somebody done said this to me, or I done tapped into myself. And this is what I'm putting out there, So that was part of the whole thing is to get them to be their authentic selves and to take that and to try to show them that even if you think you ugly, you don't have to portray that. You can build up your own self with your support system. Oh, I don't have a support system. Well, guess what? You got to be your best support system. You have to change it around, because if you speak that thing too many times, you're going to believe it. And she was a beautiful young lady, but something apparently had, triggered that.
The power of words. We have to be careful.
Yeah.
And thank goodness for my circle of influence. They're always reminding me of the words that I say. It's like we have to watch what we say, because it could actually be that. So we have to really be careful of our words, because our words have power. And I spoke on living your best life. And I had about 30 students, 30 young girls, and I talked to them about my struggles with migraines, me walking away from corporate America and being an entrepreneur, and that the struggle was real and that things were not easy. And a lot of them in there, when I asked them what they wanted to be, we had people in there wanted to be dentists, they wanted to be neonatal nurses, they wanted to take care of sick babies, they wanted to be OBGYN, all these lawyers, doctors. Majority of them had what they wanted to do, and then I asked them to tell me why they wanted to do it, and they expressed that. And then I asked them what was one thing that they could change in their life that bothers them. And I had 4 young girls at the exact same time says they want to go to school and learn, and they don't want to be on lockdown because of crime and fighting. And I was like, what do you mean? And they's like, we've had 17 fights this month and was on lockdown at a school. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And they was like, no. And they went on to tell. It was 4, and I wanted to hear them. They couldn't all talk at the same time, but they was like, can you pray for us? And that, when I was going to school, I didn't have to deal with nothing like that. So that's letting you know that
we're living in those times.
Yes, we are.
Unfortunately, besides fire drills, we have lockdown drills.
Yeah.
We have lockdown drills where we have to share with the children in the case of a situation, whether we're out on the playground or whether we're in the classroom. These are the procedures. This is the password. This is when like, hey, you need to be quiet. You need not say nothing if this was an intruder in the building, or if we're outside, we have to practice drills. And, just being in the school system and working with, young children, and even have to be the one to facilitate that type of, it's overwhelming for me sometimes, especially when you have a child who acts out. You have a child who acts out, and you're practicing, and they're acting out because in their head, it's just a practice, It
ain't for real.
But every time we do it, I need you to treat it as it's real, because the kid that's acting out may very well be the one who
could lose his life.
Right. Or be the difference between some of us.
Yes, that's true.
So yeah. We're living in times now, besides fire drills, we have to do disaster drills also.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's go on to some better news. Right.
Yes.
Okay. So daily habits that can change our lives, right? Not just my life, not just Sherry life, your life. So approximately 45% of everything we do on a daily basis is driven by a habit. And I was like, huh? From checking our phone, checking our email, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, making up our bed. People see me, they say, you got that 1 cup of coffee, and I have to warm it up, but I will finish this 1 cup. So just whatever you do on a regular basis, right? Mm-hmm. I study entrepreneurs. I study millionaires. I study billionaires. I listen to a lot of audio, and they constantly say, pick 3 to 5 things and do it as a habit forming, so that when you get this money or you're creating this legacy, you'll know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, for me, we get ready to go somewhere, and every morning, even my grandbaby said, Grandma, the bed has to be made up. And she said, wow, we coming back home and get back in it. But for me, I want to come back where it looks like it was made fresh. Mm-hmm. For me. Mm-hmm. If we're going out somewhere and we're dressing, I'm changing clothes more than once, I want the bed clear. I want all the dishes washed. I don't want to come back from a good time and I got to do some work. So for me, I like to get everything out of the way before I sit down and relax. Everything got to be just right. And that's just a pet pet peeve of mine. We're talking about the pet peeves. So, did you know that repeating activities that you do on a daily basis makes you more aware? It makes you more uh, motivated, more driven because you feel like I need to do A, B, and C before I can start my day. Whatever that is. Have
Hmm.
you ever thought about that?
Yeah, being a person that is always on the go, and most of the time when I leave out in the morning, it's like I may not come back home until midnight. So for me, when I come in the house, whatever time that is, before I can rest, I got to get the bag ready for the next day. It's like, okay, so tomorrow you're gonna have to go here, there, and there, and if you have to change clothes, so all these things have to be lined up and ready to walk out the door with me. So when I leave in the event, which most times I don't go back in until later, I have everything I need. So if I lie down before doing that, I have to be really exhausted. My wheels are just spinning. Like you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So then I have a notepad. I'm
You gotta
writing
get up
down
super early because you gotta get
because
up and
now I
you
got to
gotta
do it.
do
So
it.
I'm by the bed. I'm writing down. Don't forget this. Don't forget that. So when you get up, everything's you're not, all frazzled.
Paranoid, right?
Yeah,
Like, oh, I didn't do
I
this.
didn't do this. I didn't do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I understand. And then the whole thing, like you said about coming back in and everything's all in a disarray. No,
No. And then you tired, so then you gotta go and put everything. So
no,
you like, that ain't gonna work for me.
not
Some
gonna
people
work.
it works for. I'm just saying for me, everything has to be in order. I know if something is moved in the house because I put my keys in a certain spot. I put my garage door opener in a certain spot. I put my purse in a certain spot. So when I get ready to go for it, everything is right where I put it. I don't have to look for it. But I'm learning that to create a list or write down what you're going to do on a daily basis, it makes you become a better you, a better me, all the way around, both at work, at home, in your relationships with your children, in your business, in your health, whatever it is. So you want to start each day living a healthy, happy, and a fulfilled, well balanced life. So I'm going to share some tips with you. Sherry, let me know what you think about these tips. The first one I had was for me, sometimes you have to take downtime, right? And
Oh
so for
yes.
me, or it could be meditating, whatever. So what I do is I like to listen to Cindy Trim or self-improvement audio books, entrepreneur, my mindset, so that it can inspire me, motivate me. I can learn from people, learn new skills, learn a new way of dealing with things, be more productive, to be a more successful person. So I may get in the car and have a CD versus listen to V103. Nothing against V103, but at that time my mind needs to be, if I'm going to speak somewhere or if I'm going to do a presentation, if I'm going to do a remote, my mindset has to be a certain way. If I'm going out to have a good time, then I can listen to V103 or my jazz or the wobble. I could be in the car dancing to the wobble or whatever, but everything has an appointed place. So for
Mhm.
you, do you think like meditation, self-improvement audios, do you have anything that stands out for you in that area?
Absolutely. So every morning after my everyone has their higher power that they acknowledge or should acknowledge when they get up. But for me, as I'm getting dressed, I put on Cindy Trim. Cindy Trim has
Hi, Cindy Trim.
it's a very powerful impartation prayer where she's just giving affirmations and just commanding her day to line up and, just aligning the stars. And whether I believe in the universe lining up or not, the words are so powerful, as we said before. When you speak things into existence, I'm just believing that when I get in the classroom, little Johnny gonna be on his best behavior today. He not gonna be setting it off, and everybody gonna be able to learn today because we coming to learn. So I could take the words that she's using and put them into my own words. And then once I get into the car on my drive to school, I don't want to hear a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of stuff. So then I have a certain CDs that I play, my whatever it is that I play, everybody once again has their thing. It's not time for jazz because then I'm going to deal with some little kids. So jazz gonna put me too laid back.
Too laid back.
So I have some powerful speakers or some music that's like bringing forth a command for the way I want my day to start. And then I might tap into a friend who I know. I pick up the phone and they like, speak to me. And I'm like, hey, I'm on my ride to work. What you got for me? And they like, well, today this is gonna, they're already up and they're speaking words of life also. So yes, I have those things that will put me in the mindset, Even if the car acting up, I'm like, okay, hey, look, car, you're going to line up today. You're going to go to point A and point B.
So you're not panicking. It's not hectic. It's more relaxed.
Hey, I'm so
it's like
relaxed.
You're embracing it. Like, bring it.
Traffic
I got
crazy.
This.
I'm like, hey.
Right. And people be looking at me like, how you able to do that? But it's that routine. I'm telling you guys, try the routine.
Like, peace.
Right. So if you have a routine, you can feel what me and Sherry are talking about. If you don't, let be one of your New Year's resolutions. Start today, right now. And then whatever routine you have, you want to stick to it. It makes easier said than done because we're not perfect, but sticking to your morning routine, your afternoon routine if you're entrepreneurs, your evening routine if you have children, getting their lunch together, helping them with their homework, staying organized. For me, when I'm not organized, it's a problem. Everything is like chaotic and I'm overwhelmed. If I get a migraine in the last 3 days, I feel like I'm 3 days behind. And it's like trying to play catch up. But I've learned in life that you have to do what you can do and make the best of it. And so don't overreact. And that's what I used to do, is like overreact. And then you want to take 20 minutes a day to tidy up. I'll take my laptop, my files, my tablet. I may go in the basement and work. I may go in my office at homework. I may work in the kitchen. Just depends on how I feel. I may sit in the living room and look out the window. It just depends. So when I get done with all that, it's like I got to put all this stuff back where it needs to go. Because if I leave it there and I'm tired, tomorrow morning I'm waking up to it and I don't want to do that. So you have to find a routine, get rid of declutter, make sure everything is neat and organized, which is a job. And then the next thing you want to do is create time for self-care, which I used to lack, and I'm doing more of it in the last 2 months. You have to take care of yourself, whether it's a bubble bath, whether it's spending quality time with yourself, a glass of wine, some jazz, a good book, whatever it is, getting your nails done, your hair done, going power shopping, and you may not buy anything. It's just a release.
Well, Darci, my students know.
They know.
Thursdays.
Sherry said my
I
students
call it
know.
Therapeutic Thursday.
Therapeutic Thursday. What happens on Therapeutic Thursday?
They like, hey, Miss Edwards, especially young girls.
Really?
Like, today you do you, huh? I'll be like, y'all already know.
They know already.
No matter what's going on, Thursday is that one day that appears that I can implement things if I want to.
Okay.
I shut it down on Thursdays.
Therapeutic Thursdays.
I don't need any company. Thursdays, I don't need any phone calls after work. It's just all about me. And if I want to window shop, if I want to take myself to a fancy dinner or a $2.99 dinner,
right?
It's called Therapeutic Thursday. Sometimes I go to the conservatory.
Oh, and I bet I know like that's therapeutic.
The smell of flowers. Okay,
yeah.
I just sit there and walk through and just download.
Reflect. So I bet you look for that. You look forward to Thursday.
Thursday is my weekend.
It's your weekend.
It's like my weekend because my weekends sometimes are so hectic until I'm not living for the weekend. The weekend come and it be gone because so much. So Thursday is that day. Some people say Wednesday, hump day.
Right.
Well, I didn't get over the hump. I done made it to Thursday.
And how does that, okay, so let's say Wednesday evening and you come in 8, 9, 10, you've been gone there. So you be excited for Thursday. Like it's your weekend.
I'll be excited for Thursday. I have it. Hey, look.
Wow. See, I was trying to understand why she don't return my calls on Thursday.
Therapeutic Thursday.
Now
shut
I
it down.
know. Therapeutic Thursdays.
Therapeutic is the word that I chose. I don't make no doctor's appointment.
Why you call it therapeutic?
Something about the fact that people already had a name for the middle of the week, Wednesday. They called it hump day and they were struggling. Mm-hmm. Friday, I don't know what's so exciting about Friday because once Friday comes, Saturday and Sunday come and you back to your grind on Monday. So Thursday for me was that one day that I realized on my calendar that I didn't have a lot of, like weekly appointments, monthly appointments. I said, you know what? This is going to be my day. Anything I implement here, I'm going to put it in at my leisure if I want to.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Just like I could put it in, I could take it out. No, it's not.
It's by your choice, by your divine.
So if you get me on a Thursday,
you won't, because every now and then I might catch it and I'm talking about I can count it on one hand.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's Freedom Friday.
Okay.
Now it was Wednesdays, but now it kind of shifts. But I'm working toward a Friday where I feel like I need to have a 3-day weekend.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've been doing something consistently for the last, I want to say 90 days, every weekend. And I had to just say, right? So it's every other weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. If I do both a remotes both days, Saturday and Sunday, or speaking engagement, then the following weekend is I'm shutting it down. But for me, Friday, just like your therapeutic Thursday, it's like Freedom Friday. I don't tell nobody that I'm at home. I ain't gotta take my dad nowhere, my mom nowhere, do nothing for my children, my grandbaby, my nieces. And it's like I can sleep late, get up and just do whatever I want to do.
Yes.
And on Thursday nights, I don't know if you ever seen the show The Cosbys, where Claire he was asking her something and she was and shaking her head. That's how I feel on Thursday nights. Thursday nights, I be like, stepping in the kitchen, getting my groove on with Frankly Beverly and Mays or the Wobble or something. Because I know tomorrow I can stay up all night like a little kid. I'm going to stay up all night. I could do whatever I want to on Thursday night because I know Friday is on.
It's untouchable.
It's untouchable because I always say we need a day between Friday and Sunday. Can we get a day between Friday and Sunday and Friday and Monday? We need a day between Friday and Monday. Can somebody make that happen? Can somebody tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody?
You have to take that thing by force.
By
you
force.
Just have to take it.
So that's what I do.
Whether you pamper yourself, because you could, like you said,
I can stay in the bed all day.
You can take care of you at home.
At home. I ain't got to go nowhere.
You don't have to go. But
and then on Thursday, I make sure I got my little snacks or whatever I don't have. I get on my way in Thursday. I may not come back out until Saturday or Sunday, but I'm in, I'm in. So take time for yourself. Now, this is the next thing I'm working on really hard. So y'all pray with me, is getting enough sleep. Sometimes I deal with insomnia because my brain is steady going. My mind is going, do this. What about this? What about this? And I need to say, bring it down.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that we get a routine where even if we're not asleep, we're relaxed. TV off, phone down.
Definitely TV off.
All the devices are down, lights down, and just unwind.
And just listen to the stillness.
And just, because quietness, I never thought, I love quiet. So you have to find a way to make sure that you're getting sufficient sleep. We have to get sufficient sleep. And then start smart money habits, whether saving for a rainy day, in case something happened with your car, unexpected, you need to put something up. And I was talking to my workers yesterday, and they was like, well, if your bill is if your bills you have to pay monthly is $250 and all you have is $250, how are you going to save? I said, well, I'm gonna have to take $20 out. So my bill's I'm gonna have to rearrange the amount to $270 or $280 because that $20 got to go up because anything could happen. And then I have no savings. And they was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. So I'm not saying not pay your bills, but whatever the amount is, you got to put some money up in case something happens. A lot of us are living check to check. A lot of us don't have savings. And I hate when people come to me and say, I'm on a fixed income. We all on a fixed income. Everybody that's listening right now or watching or got a friend of a friend of a friend, everybody is on a fixed income. Whether you get paid once a month, twice a month, every Friday, the 1st and the 15th, the 15th and the 30th, the 10th, the 20th, or the 30th, it's a fixed income. So unless you got, a side hustle or something you're doing outside of that, whether it's something you're passionate about, your skill or your talent, you're on a fixed income. So that's not uncommon.
No, it's not.
It's really not uncommon. It's what's hard is to save when there's no money to save because you're trying to live.
Right.
And we have to figure out how to do that sooner than later. Right. So that's another thing we have to all work on because I'm guilty of it too. The other daily habits is health habits. Making sure you get proper rest, making sure your appearance is intact. I'm not saying you got to look like a model that just stepped out on the runway, but at least make sure your hair is decent. Yes, your hair is combed. You don't have to wear makeup. Whatever works for you. No wrinkled clothes. Make sure your clothes are clean. You're using deodorant. You're brushing your teeth. You're washing your face, and be the best, all happy you that you can be. Because people can look at you and tell how things are going. So whatever that is, if it's getting up, exercising every day, I'm working on that. We all need to drink 1 liter of water every day. I'm working on that.
Yeah, I was thinking
we have to do that. Some type of multivitamin, if you can. Eat some breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person, but every now and then I do, or I make sure I eat fruit. So I'm working on doing that. That's one of my goals. I'm working on either doing the grits or the oatmeal in a little packet because I'm always on the go. Plan your meals. If you know you're going to cook, get everything you need for that week, so you don't have to keep running back and forth to the store, because that's gas and time,
And it's money.
and it's money.
If you plan your meals ahead of time, like for me, like I said, when I leave, everything has to be in order. What I'm going to eat for breakfast. Otherwise, I'm going to find myself getting hungry at a time where my money is like, I'm not sure, but I'm hungry. And I'm going to go and spend it. First of all, spend the money I don't need to spend. Second of all, eat something that I probably don't need to eat, if I'm trying to keep my health under attack. Because when you're hungry, you're just hungry. You just want to satisfy that. So I plan. I try to anyway. Most of the times, I'm in a situation where I can leave things at work.
Okay.
Because there's a refrigerator there. And I can leave those things for lunch so that I don't have to worry about, oh, their order now. Oh, that show look good. That show smell good. No, I have what I need.
It can get
here.
costly.
It gets very costly, and it takes away from, the conscious decision is, do I want to have a fantastic therapeutic Thursday?
I like that.
Or do I want to just have a mediocre one because I spent the money I was going to use therapeutic Thursday? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, okay, I can make it to Thursday. Let me just eat this yogurt, this granola bar, whatever.
And sometimes it works out better if you're planning ahead, if you have kids, or if you don't have kids, if you like muffins, get the box of muffins that have a 6-pack or 8-pack or a 4-pack. So for 4 days you got breakfast. So whatever works for you, we all have to figure out what works best for us. Because what works for me may not work for Sherry. Right. And what works for Sherry may not work for you, and vice versa. The last two things I want to touch on right quick is the MTIs, and that's the most important task, MTI. So you want to find 3 things that are very, very important to you and make sure you're doing them every single day, whatever it is. For me, it's getting enough sleep and making sure breakfast, because breakfast is the most important meal, and drinking a certain amount of water a day, at least 64 ounces. And I'm short on that every day. So I'm working toward that. It helps with your skin, your digestive system. You're not tired. It helps with it helps with a lot of things. And when we don't have enough water in our system, it affects us other ways, and it leads to other health issues. So we really got to make sure that and I don't like water, but I know I need water. So there's a difference. The last thing I want to talk to is PPI. And you probably saying, what is PPI? And for me, PPI is product producing activities. So what if you're entrepreneur, if you're a small business owner, you're getting ready to launch your business in 2019, PPI, you want to find 5 things that's going to increase your revenue, bring you new customers and clients, bring you repeat customers and clients, whether it's marketing, whether it's social media, whether it's collaborating, or whether it's networking. And so you can go to all these events and have 100 cards, but if you're not using those cards, it means absolutely nothing. The fortune is in the follow-up. Say it with me, people. Say it with me, Sherry. The fortune is in the follow-up. So if you have all these connections and you're not connecting, then what good is it?
And that's so true, Darci. A lot of times when things seem like they're not lining up, because they're your highs and they're your lows. And I start, reevaluating myself, like, what am I not doing right? I'm not getting no phone calls, like, what have I done lately? And I'll go through my phone contacts or whatever, and I say, oh, let me hit this person up. Let me hit that one. Let me just send them a hi. And I try to keep that going on a monthly basis so that they can remember me. You'd be surprised at the people who don't think you have their number or their card, and you just like, hey, just checking on you. And really you're saying, hey, remember me? Like, hit me up if you need me. So the follow-ups are very important.
Very important. So before we wrap up the show, we got to go to break, but I want to just share something with you right quick. Save this date, Saturday, December 1st. Saturday, December 1st, from 1 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. here at 10060 Roosevelt Road, the second floor of the State Farm Building in Westchester. We're going to have a workshop here called Business Growth Begins Here. Empower your business to increase exposure to jumpstart 2019. This is a powerful business workshop. Who should be here? You should be here. Business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, people who are looking to get new customers and clients, people who are looking to increase their revenue, people who are looking to make a move. a massive move in 2019. Now, we're going to talk about how to market and advertise your product, service, or brand. We're going to give you grant funding and show you where you can go to get grant funding. You do have to make sure your paperwork is in order. We're going to show you how to secure sponsors, whether it's for your product, service, or brand. It could even be for your radio show. Whatever works for you, make it work for you. We're going to also show you how to advertise and monetize. That's the revenue word again, increase on social media. So if you're going to be on social media, you might as well make some money while you're on there, right? And so those are some of the things we're going to do. You're going to have handouts. So you need to bring your laptop, your tablet, and any Android phone, and come prepared with your thinking cap because we're going to be working hands-on. We're going to be doing things right here in the room in the front. So that's what you need to be here. You need to register for that workshop. We only have a small amount of spots available because the room is not that large. So if you think this is for you, and I know it is, you need to register. Call me at 708-304-3422. 708-304-3422. Or you can email me at Makin, Makin, Waves, Waves, with WITH, Darci, DARCI at Gmail. Now that's going to be Saturday, December 1st from 1 to 4:30, and lunch will be provided. We'll also have some free raffles. Now, in the other part of the building, we're going to have a pop-up shop that's going to be presented and given by Wanda B. She has a radio show here on Intellectual Radio every Sunday at 2 p.m. If you have a product or something you want to promote or sell for the holidays, stocking stuffers, you need to get a vendor table here in the other part of the building and contact Wanda B. You can call the studio or you can contact Wanda B, Wanda Bolter, Boelter. Hit her up on Facebook and let her know you would like to be a vendor and she can provide that information for you. The pop-up shop will be from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. here in Westchester. So we have a double event going on in two separate rooms, and this is where you need to be a week from today. We're going to come back right quick and tell you ways you can make money without a job. So get your pen and paper ready or your recorder, whatever works for you. And then we're going to close out. You're tuned in to IntellectualRadio.com, Making Waves with Miss Darci. And we're going to also have Sherry give you her contact information in case you have some young women or some young girls or moms that can benefit from her program. Because I'm telling you, it's an excellent, excellent program. And I know you know someone who can benefit from her services. Back in a moment. And please don't go anywhere, but be so kind and share this broadcast. Back in a moment.
It's a new year and the first anniversary of our revolutionary acne treatment. To celebrate, we have an amazing new offer for you. Order Proactive Plus, and for a special limited time, you'll pay just $19.95. Imagine yourself with skin so clear and beautiful, you feel confident to go after all the things you want. Make it happen today with Proactive Plus.
That's a huge difference. Look at that. Proactive Plus makes me feel amazingly beautiful.
Proactive Plus is dermatologist developed to help seek out and fix problem areas on your skin. And it's proven to work 4 times faster than the leading prescription.
This product is doing it. I started seeing results with Proactive Plus within the first week.
Now's the best time ever to order because we're offering extra savings to first-time customers. Call 1-800-773-5681 to get our 3-step system plus free gifts and free shipping. All just $19.95.
I use Proactive Plus every day. Like, I literally use this stuff.
Are bill collectors calling you? Are you afraid to answer the phone? Afraid of lawsuits, garnishments, losing your apartment, house, or car? Then call us for your debt relief options. I'm attorney Peter Francis Geraci. Chapter 7 or 13 can relieve the debt pressure. Call us now for a free phone mini consultation or log on to infotapes.com. We're the law firm you trust to get you out of debt.
1-800-401-4010.
Welcome back if you're just tuning in. We done talked about a whole lot of stuff. We talked about what happened yesterday, and our hearts and prayers go out to the families affected by the shooting yesterday at Mercy Hospital. We talked about developing habits, if you already have some, to follow through on them and get you some new ones. And we also talked about multitasking and PPA, product producing activities. The fortune is in the follow up. So I hope you got your pen and paper ready. We're going to go through these really quick, and I will post them either today or tomorrow. My intern will post them today or tomorrow. I promise. I'm working on following through because that's another thing. So here are some things. The first one is street performing. A lot of people are discovered on America's Got Talent, American Idol, from videos, or people, because see, this is the thing. People say street performing, oh, that's not a job. It is a job, because guess what? They get up every single morning and go to Wabash or State Street or wherever they go, or on the trains, in the subway. They got to lug all this stuff with them. They got to get dressed. They got to go down there and find a spot. And they got to prepare to sing or act or play an instrument. And they're going to be down there all day.
No matter what the weather.
No matter what to make their quota, whatever that amount is. And guess what? If they haven't made, they may leave that spot and go to another spot.
True.
So it's different than having a 9-to-5. It's different than being an entrepreneur, but it's kind of sort of like in between both, yes. Right? But they're energetic. They got to get it done because they got to eat. They got to sleep. The struggle is real for everyone. So street performers on a bad day can make anywhere from $200 to $400 on a bad day. On a good day, $400 to $500.
Okay.
So just think about, they got to carry this in rain, sleet, snow.
Right.
A lot of them may not have a car.
And like you said, making that quota.
They got to make that quota before they go in.
If they're generous givers in the morning, they have to hang around all evening.
And you got to do what you got to do, right? Yeah. The second one, which I'm going to start next year, is part of my vision board, is blogging. Because I love to talk. It could be talking. It could be sharing information, a link. It could be live videos, whatever, right? But blogging is very, very powerful. It shows how passionate you are. It shows that you know what you're talking about. You're sharing information. You're letting people come in and chime in on what you're saying. You don't have to blog every day. You can blog twice a week. You can blog 3 days a week. But let me tell you about bloggers. Bloggers are making 6-figure incomes because I follow 2 of them. And when they first started out, they weren't making more than $100 to $200 a day. And guess what? $100 to $200 a day, Sherry, could be just what somebody is looking for.
That's true.
And they can do it from their home.
Yes.
They ain't got to pay no babysitter. They ain't got to use no gas. They ain't got to go nowhere but to a room.
Right.
A quiet room. Blogging. Blogging is something that you're passionate about. You think people need to know about. And this one girl is doing it on fashion. And all women love to shop. She's doing it on fashion. So she's showing you the latest clothes, the latest colors, the latest style. And guess what? She's sharing links.
Wow.
Right? And then what? And guess what? She got 2. She just started another one in the fall. The second one is makeup.
I see a lot of tutorials.
So she's doing tutorials on this and then a 2 here and then all of this other stuff and putting on this and doing. And I'm going, I can't do that. But you can do it. It depends on.
And a lot of people look at those. I look at some of my nieces who are in that phase of, putting on makeup, definitely not learning it from this TT. So they're like, oh, TT, you can YouTube it. And they're following the, like you say, the bloggers.
They're following the blogger. I follow too. And it's 2 more I'm getting ready to follow because one I'm doing something similar to what I want to launch in January. But these young ladies and men are bloggers. 6-figure incomes, appearing in magazines from the comfort of their home. They make their own hours, right? From home. So the blogger who blogs once a week, consistently, same time, same day. Just take a wild guess, Sherry. Take a wild guess. 1 day a week blogging.
1 day a week blogging. I guess they go by the followers too, right? How many followers they have?
I don't know. I'm learning.
Is it
$50,000?
Oh, what I never thought.
So could
really?
could I blog for $50,000 once a week?
Yeah, a year's salary in one
How
day.
about doubling that twice a week?
Oh, wow.
How about tripling that 3 days a week?
That's beautiful.
How about after you get a following of 1,000 or more, you charge $2.99?
Wow.
Okay, I'm not gonna even go any further. Y'all just wait for me to launch. But
That's
I'm telling
enlightening.
you, this is from home with no
Okay.
job, but you're generating revenue.
Yeah.
You can even get to the point where you blog every day if that's what you want to do. Write an ebook. That's my goal for 2019. Write an ebook, a self-publishing, a little book.
Mhm.
You can do it yourself. YouTube it, Google it. I'm studying it right now. I got audio from the library.
So the
A little
information
book
is out there, is what you're saying.
It could be about fashion. You could have some pictures in the ebook, some links, or whatever, and put it all for somebody.
Mhm.
Right? Same thing. And sell it. An
You're right.
ebook, right? Sell your stuff on eBay or online. You like clean out your closet. You got tables you want to refurnish your house, whatever. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I'm only gonna give you one more, and we'll save the other ones for the next show. Sell your body. Y'all saying what? Sell your
Hold on,
body.
girl. Wait a minute.
Sell your
now.
body. So they take plasma,
Oh, okay.
and it pays anywhere from $300 to $1,000. Donate blood. I was like, what? I passed one in North Lake. They be lined up outside. You can
actually
go
dropped some,
twice a month.
some young people out there once, and I was trying to understand, but they ran it down to me.
Yeah. So check that out. So we're going to stop there. I'll share the next nuggets next week. Remember what the deep thought for today was? $50, chance to win $50. Next week, we'll talk about the pet peeves next week, and we'll share other avenues where you can make money without a job. Hit me up. I'm having a special on D Flat Tommy Water for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. So it'll be after Black Friday. I want everybody to have a safe, fun, create memories for Thanksgiving. And thank you again, my BFF, for embracing my platform and hanging out with me today. I really enjoyed you. Tell them how they can get in touch with you.
So if you want to get in touch with me, you can call 708-462-2874. Again, that number is 708-462-2874. And I go under Lady Sparkles. You can also email me at that's M-I as in ice cream, N as in Nancy, period, and my name, Sherry, SHERRIEDARDS @gmail.com. MIN period, Sherry Edwards @gmail.com.
Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you, Ms. Darcy.
So stay tuned for my girl, sister girl, boss lady Katie Lowe, Rhythm Flow Radio coming up at 4:45. You got to check out her show, followed by Here's to Life with Zimmer and Ed at 6, followed by Pit Life at 7, followed by Man the Movement at 8, followed by Chicago Girlfriends at 9. I mean, we got an array of topics. You just grab you some coffee and your laptop and you have entertainment at home. You don't have to go anywhere, but you do have to have internet. So thank you guys for tuning in. Share the broadcast. Thank you. Remember, in closing, have a great Thanksgiving. Build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. And that could be me or my BFF Sherry. And we're out until next time. Thanksgiving.